I'm Tracey Norman. I live near Oakhampton, right in the middle of Devon. I'm a fiction writer and historian, and my work tends to draw quite heavily on my knowledge of history. My first short story, Dark Words, which I wrote under the pen name of Anna Norman, appeared in the Secret Invasions charity anthology a couple of years ago, which was published to raise money for Mind. I graduated from the OU in 2015 with a history degree, and I decided I wanted to do something practical with it. I've always been deeply interested in social history, and I wanted to preserve a previously unknown piece of social history and bring it more into public awareness. From that idea came my play Witch. Witch is not your typical courtroom drama. It's based very heavily on the 1687 case of a woman from Lyme Regis who was accused of witchcraft. But rather than starting from the courtroom or the trial or the torture, it looks at the socio-economic factors which affected communities, which affected interpersonal relationships within those communities, and looks at what led people to start accusing one another of witchcraft. And it ends with my fictional magistrate having to decide whether or not the woman accused is guilty and whether she should be sent for trial. I recently secured a book deal with Troy Books in Cornwall based on the research I did for Witch. So at the moment I'm busily expanding on that research and drawing in new material in order to write a book which looks at how to preserve tradition and folklore through theatre.
Hi, I'm Trina. I'm a poet, author and life coach and mum. In fact, I'm currently anticipating that my son may interrupt us at any time. Anything's possible here. So yeah, this is one of the places that I hang out to write, and frankly, I just wanted to share that writing is therapy to me. It's a way of me processing my emotions. I keep writing until I return to some kind of sense of balance and can make sense of my feelings. And what then comes out of that is something that is authentic, obviously, and generally inspiring, but most importantly, very accessible to others who realise that, you know, we all have the same range of emotions. We all experience different feelings at different times, but it's a way of knowing that we're all the same. And I refer to it as joining the spiritual dots, and that became the name of my first book, Join the Spiritual Dots.
Hi, my name's Wendy Percival, and I'm the author of the Esme Quentin Genealogy Mysteries, where secrets from the past impact upon the present, which is where I start when I write a book, imagining what the repercussions might be of a long-forgotten secret. On my blog, Family History Secrets, I share surprising stories, sometimes shocking ones, of what I find in my own research into my family history, which often give me ideas for novels. In fact, that's where it all began, with Blood Tide, the first book in the series, where we meet Esme as she's reeling from the devastating news that her sister has been attacked and left in a coma. 2 days later, Esme discovers Elizabeth has a secret past, and her search for answers reveals a shocking truth behind Elizabeth's assault. The second book, The Indelible Stain, is set on the North Devon coast, where Esme stumbles upon a woman's body on a beach. The brutal penal history of 19th century England and the mystery of a Devon convict girl transported for her crime holds the key to exposing the secret behind the woman's untimely death. Exmoor is the setting for a new ebook called Death of a Cuckoo, which is out in March under the Silverwood Shorts imprint. And the third Esme novel, where Esme must delve into the clandestine world of the Second World War to find answers, is due out later in 2017. You'll find details of all my books, including where to buy them, on my website, wendypercival.co.uk, or you can borrow them from the library, including Devon. You'll find me on Twitter or Facebook, or on my blog, or you can email me via my website. I look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, I'm Richard D. I live in sunny Brixham and I write science fiction and steampunk adventures. At present I've published 4 novels plus a free book of short stories available from my website. I've also collaborated in a historical fiction project a selection of short stories called 1066 Turned Upside Down, in which 9 authors reimagined the events surrounding the Battle of Hastings. Just to be different, I managed to squeeze a time machine into my rewriting of history. My latest novel is Myra, a futuristic adventure. It's out now and hopefully will be joined in June by my next publication, a light-hearted crime story featuring reluctant sleuth and/or a pet. I have a website at richarddsci-fi.co.uk where you can catch up on all my news and read some free short stories. I'm also on Facebook at Richard D. Author. I look forward to seeing you there.
Hello, my name's Mark Norman. I live on the edge of Dartmoor in Devon, and I write predominantly in the non-fiction genre rather than fiction. I'm a folklore author and researcher. My book Black Dog Folklore was published by Troy Books last year, and it looks at the apparitions of ghostly black dogs that are seen all across the United Kingdom. I hold the country's largest archive of black dog sightings and traditions, and this is what I draw on in this book. Behind me you see an example of a hobby horse which was styled in the manner of the black dog. This was an item that I rescued from an old Obios festival in the area whilst I was researching the book. I do occasionally write fiction. It's not my strongest or my preferred style. Where I do write in fiction, I tend to use my folklore background to talk about the kinds of stories that I make. Secret Invasion is an anthology of horror stories based in the Southwest and written in the style of H.P. Lovecraft. I have a story in this anthology which opens the book, in fact, and again it draws on my folklore background. I'm currently researching for a second book which is looking at phantom coaches and similar ghost legends based around the United Kingdom. And finally, with my wife Tracey, I run the Easttown Writers Group, which is based in Crediton and is open to anybody with an interest in writing and a love of literature.
Hello, I'm PJ Reid. I live deep in the heart of Devon and I write. Don't let my appearance fool you. I write of darkness and light, encompassing anything from high fantasy to haiku to horror, and also of the realms in between. I have 3 different websites for nature and human poetry, for wicked poetry and horror stories, and my latest is a fantasy world website. For more information about me and my writing, just Google PJ Reid Author and pick the type of writing that interests you.
I'm Michelle Werrett. I'm writing about Devon hedges, and about this hedge and this lane in particular. This is Darky Lane, and I'm writing about how it's changed over the last 70 years, and, marvellously, how it hasn't.